Hi everyone, my name's Laura. I have rheumatoid arthritis and I'm spending my lockdown working from home in Wellington. Arthritis New Zealand got in contact with me to share any tips or tricks that I found sort of being in lockdown with rheumatoid arthritis. And one of the first things I'll talk about is actually getting into a really good routine with your medicines. I found last week I really slipped up and I was having sleep-ins every morning, and it was meaning that I wasn't starting my medical routine until 10 o'clock in the morning, which for me normally during the working week would be about 7 a.m. So I was getting really sluggish last week and taking a long time for my body to warm up. So I'd recommend getting into a good routine with your medicines and getting onto those early in the day. Just speaking of medicines, I've found it really helpful actually having consultation calls. I had a call with my GP yesterday and we talked through any questions that I had about COVID and just keeping regular with medicines as per normal, which was really helpful just to touch base with someone. And also had heard from my rheumatology specialist yesterday. We had a scheduled appointment, but of course, being on lockdown, we weren't able to make the appointment, so we were able to do it over the phone, which was really helpful. And we've got a couple of things to follow up on there when we're back and out of this lockdown, following up with blood tests and things that we're not able to do during this time. So that was really cool, just to touch base. So if you have any medical questions, I'd recommend that you still make appointments with your GP, and if they're set up to do them over video, that's awesome, but if not, even just a phone call can really put you at ease. I found that really helpful for me. Another tip that I found, and I don't do this normally, but I've actually been really getting into yoga here in the living room, just jumping onto YouTube using the TV. I found a lady online, her name's Adrienne, and she has hundreds of yoga videos, all free to watch on YouTube. But she has one in particular that I found really good as a sort of like a beginner class, and for someone with RA. I really struggle getting on and off the floor, so yoga for me is quite intimidating, but she has a class called Yoga for the Elderly, and I'll see if we can share the link with this video clip as well for you if you're interested. But she kind of customizes a beginner's yoga class for people who want to sit on a dining chair or want to sit on the edge of a couch, or if you can get onto the floor and use cushions. It's a really, really slow class, and she gives you lots of time to move in between different stretches and positions, and I found that really helpful just to try and stretch out my limbs as much as possible. Normally during a working day, I'm at a desk, but I'm up and about into the photocopier and all over a building. So with my RA, I find it really helpful to keep moving as much as possible and not sit for too long, and really break up my working routine just so that my body's not getting too stagnant. So it's easy to slip into that at home, like sitting on the couch and reading for a couple of hours or watching something on Netflix. So I'd recommend, if you can think of tasks to break up your day, like hanging laundry if you're able, or if you want to reorganize your pantry, something that you can do to get vertical and keep moving is really helpful, just to keep moving around the house and just stretching out as much as possible. I think we kind of all know that rest can be a bit of a blessing in disguise with RA, so if there's anything you can think of to get creative and to keep yourself moving, that'd be great. I found getting outside once a day, if the Wellington weather lets me, just to have a bit of a walk around the block has been really helpful. Good for sort of mental clarity as well, but just good to keep moving. If you're able, then I really recommend you try and get some fresh air every day. Cool. Well, take care everyone and stay safe during this lockdown. See ya.